Hi guys, and welcome to my second video. This is a follow-up video actually to the video I posted just yesterday where I just did a quick overview of the watch there on the right. That's an Omega Planet Ocean 2208.50. I just bought that one, landed with me last week. I bought that from a dealer on Chrono for 24 in Japan. And I've also just recently landed this lovely Omega Seamaster 2254.50, which is the black-faced Omega there on the left. So that's just landed as well. So I've just been in a position where I've just landed two fantastic neo-vintage Omegas in the last week. Always a bit of a gamble when you're buying, obviously, neo-vintage watches. Both of these watches are 20 years old. They both come from the year 2000 to 2003. And so always a bit of a gamble when you're buying these watches, particularly when you're buying them from overseas. But I think I mentioned in my previous video yesterday that I've got a well-established relationship with a dealer on Chrono 24 based in Japan. I've always had really good high-quality watches from them when I've used them in the past, and fantastic service. So both of these watches I've just landed, really happy with them. I was actually wondering, and it's always a worry, do I need to get these watches serviced? Well, thus far, touch wood, both of these watches are running with a full power reserve. I just tested the one on the left yesterday, the 2254.50. I let it rest with a full charge, and it was still ticking after 45 hours. And that's got a stated power reserve of 44 hours. So I'm very happy with the power reserve. It's running at just under 1 second a day out of perfect sync, so that's fantastic again for a 20-year-old plus watch. So I'm very happy with that. And the Omega Planet Ocean there on the right is running at plus 2 seconds a day. I haven't tested the power reserve on that yet, but running at plus 2. So both of these watches just over 20 years old. Both running easily within chronometer specifications, so really happy with that, and they're both in great condition. So over the course of time, over the next few days, I'll do a thorough review on both of these watches, but I just wanted to show you really the difference between the Omegas of this era compared to the Omegas that you see now. And one of the key reasons why I love the Omegas from this era is actually more to do with not just the aesthetic, but the thickness of the cases. If you just take a look at, this is the 2254.50, the thickness of that case, it's just under 12 millimeters thick. You compare that to the Seamaster of today, which I think is running at nearly 15 millimeters thick as a case size. So really svelte, really slender on the wrist, both of these watches. Even the 45.5 millimeter Planet Ocean here, which is a beast of a watch, actually wears a lot smaller than you think on the wrist. I've got a 7¼ inch wrist, and I'll just put it on my wrist now just to give you an idea of that, because if I was to put a modern Omega 45.5 mil watch on my 7¼ inch wrist, it would look absolutely humongous. But I think you agree. Look at how tight that sits on my wrist. It's really quite a thin watch, despite the huge case size. So really happy with both of these. Like I say, I will do a more thorough review. I've actually got a view, particularly with the 2254.5, this watch on the left here, the Seamaster. I've got a view, and I've probably got a view that a lot of Omega fans share, a lot of Omega fanboys share, which is that it's as good as the Rolex Submariner of that era. And I'll be doing a very thorough review on this watch on the left quite soon as well, just to give you an understanding of why I think that as well. So there you go guys, and just another short video showing you a couple of beautiful neo-vintage Omegas. Like I say, I just think this was the golden era for Omega. With these Seamasters and Planet Oceans, I think this is Omega at their very best. And yep, I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video guys. Thanks for watching. Cheers.